Separate the wheat from the chaff, but don't let it slow down your progress. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Rosaries with Father Pat, July 23rd, 2023. Now, in today's gospel, Christ is still at it with the parables, with the symbolic stories. And of course, today we see him using a very common parable, something that people could very closely associate with planting crops. A lot of people in the time of Christ were farmers, if not only subsistence farmers, growing crops for them to survive, but that was also what they did to make money. People were farmers, people were shepherds, people grew vineyards, made wine. So the analogy of this crop growing is very common and very easy to understand. I mean, just like many of those lessons we learned at the end of those animations. Could be G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, Ghostbusters, any of the many. How about Thundercats, Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks? Yes, a lot of them. Okay, they showed us a story and illustrated and gave us a parable for a lesson. Now, in this one example, Christ tells us about someone who plants a crop, a beautiful crop, and somebody comes in the middle of the night and plants weeds amongst them. Okay? And Christ likens this crop to the cultivation and development of good people, of good souls. Okay, so, and what happens to the bad people that are mixed in there with them? Well, when the crop is harvested, we separate the wheat from the chaff, the crop from the weeds. Okay, and that wheat is harvested, ground into flour. They use it for their bread. And what happens to the weeds? They will be bundled up and burned. Okay, and possibly an analogy for, I don't know, the fires of some place nobody wants to go to, or just their destruction. So as this chaff, as these weeds are being burned, it is likened to the souls being cast out when they are judged. The souls that are lost, the ones that will be wailing and gnashing teeth. Okay, so those are the ones that are cast out. Okay, but I want to take a look at this homily from another perspective. Because I want to ask you, rhetorical question, how many people plant weeds in your life? Okay? When you live your life, surround yourself with family and friends, good family, good friends, people that want to see the best for you, people that want you to grow and to develop, be the best person, the best soul you can possibly be. There are others in your life that will try to plant weeds. And some of these people have some very interesting disguises. They disguise themselves as family members, as friends, as people that purport to care for you. And yet they plant weeds in your life. Okay, so we say weeds. What do I mean by this? They sow all the things in your life that prevent you from growing and developing and being the best person, the best Christian, the best soul you could possibly be. There are those that, let's say you take an undertaking. You believe it's your calling to start a business, to start a career, to work for yourself. And this is the ministry that God calls you to. You truly believe it. And you know that this ministry, this business, once you develop it, will benefit people. Not only by the services that you do and the fact that you will be a good and ethical business person, maybe the extra money that will be given to those in need. So you set out on this venture. And what's everyone around you going to say? Don't waste your time. You'll never get it to work. You won't be successful. Just get a regular job. You know what? Those people don't listen. Separate their words from you. Separate the chaff. Now, what about some other worthwhile ventures? Okay, I remember when I was younger and I was trying to lose weight. I was always a very heavy kid. What did I hear from everybody else? Oh, don't bother. You're, whatever. You're not going to be able to do it. Here, have some cake. Here, have some pasta. Here, I made this. It's amazing when you're on a diet how many people will go out of their way to make things that you shouldn't be having. Well, at least not more often than an occasional treat. And they will sabotage you. Okay. How about your faith? Some people will try to sabotage your faith. As you grow in the Word of God, as you grow in the church, people will do things to distract you. People will do things to separate you from your faith. They will ask you to do things. Hey, come on out with me. And they're going to do something that is definitely not in keeping with your beliefs. Maybe some people might say, well, why are you going to church? The game is on. Stay home. Let's watch it. I even remember the wife of a prominent politician saying, don't go to church. Stay home. Take a nap. You work hard all week. Okay, that's something that you probably don't want in your life because it will not grow your faith. People will sabotage you. People will cause harm to you because, well, you know what? Why do they do things like that? Maybe some people just don't understand why you're trying to accomplish something. Maybe some people are jealous. They don't want to see you accomplish more than they have. I mean, you see a lot in the news. Oh, capitalism is bad. Everybody should have equal. Okay? No. Some people think, well, that person shouldn't be rich because somehow they took it away from someone else. They can't prove it, but they had to have taken it away from someone else. How could they possibly have become wealthy? So they could be the jealous type. They could be the narcissistic type. Those of you that follow me on my Facebook page know that I've been sharing a lot of videos about narcissists. And they kind of just want you under their thumb. They don't want you to believe in themselves. They want you to think that they're wonderful and they're perfect and they can do things, but you can't. So some people could be like that. And some people if you're successful in one venture or another, their hatred, their planting of weeds in your life is more about how they feel about themselves than how they feel about you. A person may look at you and see, well, you know, I'm not, they're successful, but I don't want to work hard. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. They're just lucky. They don't want to put in the work. They don't like themselves. They project it onto you. Now, I'm going to tell you a story from my own past, that somebody tried to plant weeds in my life with my disability. Okay. What did they do? Now, this person was a relative. I will not say which one. But this other relative was disabled. And this person was very happy having people give them all the attention, taking care of their needs, wheeling that person around, shopping, taking them to doctors, getting their medicine. They were very happy having everybody do everything for them. Okay? I come along with a disability. I come along with an event in my life that came very close to ending my time here on earth. I thank God that, hey, my time isn't done here. I've got more work to do. So here I am, disabled. And what am I doing? I am going to my physical therapy. I am keeping up with the doctors. I'm following the best diet I can. I was doing everything in my power to heal, to get better. At one time, I had 3 doctor visits in one day. Okay, busy day. And I caught up with that person. And I'm like, don't you want me to get better? Don't you want me to have the best doctors? I was going to New York City for a specialist. I had insurance. This person was not paying for my medical bills. This person had nothing to do with my expenses. I said, but don't you want me to get better? Don't you want me to have the best doctors? And the person let slip out of their mouth, no. I just looked at them and left. I was incredulous. But what happened was that this person was angry at me because I was making them look bad. Here I am doing everything I can to get better, to heal. I mean, I want to be the person that helps others. I appreciate when they help me, but I enjoy being in the service of others. Okay, I wanted to get better. But this person, people started to look at them. Hey, why aren't you doing more? Why are you not doing your physical therapy? Why are you not following the diet the doctor put you on? Why are you not doing everything you're supposed to be doing? Well, they liked the attention. They liked having the family members and friends, at their beck and call. But I made them look bad. So, in this case, the reason this person sowed discord, tried to stop me from going to doctors, tried to stop me from doing what I needed to, It was a reflection of how they felt about themselves. They were worried about how people were going to feel about them. So you know what? I just kept up with what I needed to do. Okay, I kept up healing. I kept working at making my life better. I actually had people in my life that had some rather derogatory statements about me going to college. I wanted to go to college and get a degree. I wanted to better myself. And people had some not nice things to say about that. Oh, you'll never be able to do it. It's too hard. You're wasting your time, your money. Go get a job doing something. And they would say what they thought was a menial job. Well, I kept up. I got a degree. I got a master's. I got a second master's. Got a medical degree. All of these things of which I use in the service of those around me and in the service of God. But people tried to stop me. People tried to plant those weeds. People tried to say, no, you can't, or you don't have the ability to, or why bother? Separate themselves, those people, from you. Now, if they're friends, go out, find real friends. Find friends that will be supportive of you, that will care about you. If they're family members, that starts getting a little difficult, but you know what? It could be possible to separate them. You can love them. You can pray for them every day, but you can kind of distance yourself from them. And maybe, if you're pursuing a degree, a new career, a new venture, becoming deeper in your faith, maybe there's some things that you don't need to tell that person. Let them be surprised when things come to fruition. There's some people out there that I didn't tell them I was going for this. They would have told me, don't bother. You, a priest? Who would ever listen to you? Who would ever ordain you? So, to not listening. Love God with all your heart. Pray to Him for strength and guidance. Love all those around you. And if you're the wheat that has to separate the chaff from yourself, love them, pray for them, but separate them. So for today, Sunday, July 23rd, this is Father Pat Contrera with Coffee and Rosaries, saying, love one another as God loves you.